part about this gentleman, no matter how many properties he lists and sells, and I still think it's a full commission if I'm not mistaken, yes? Is that he has the most amazing lifestyle. He sets his boundaries and he does not cross them. He's not a 75, 80-hour workaholic. He sets his boundaries when he works, when he's with his family, when he's on vacation. There's no crossing it. Never, ever crosses his lines once he sets them. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome one of our own, Wayne Kahn.
Hello?
Mr. Kahn?
Yes, that's me.
We got your flyer in the mail and we're thinking
Thanks for
about...
noticing my name.
Good, we're thinking of, we're interested in perhaps selling our home.
Right.
So we'd like you to come over and give us some ideas.
Sure. Okay, great. And what's your name?
Alex.
Alex, what's your last name, Alex?
Solarski.
Solarski, okay. And what's your address?
Well, I'm not sure I'm comfortable right now, but okay.
How do I get to your house?
79. I figured that out as I was selling it.
Sorry?
79 Miller Drive.
This information is all confidential. I won't share it with anybody. 79
Miller
Drive. Okay, and that is whereabouts?
Thornhill.
Thornhill. And how did you get my name?
Just one of your flyers.
Okay, and have you noticed my name over the years?
Yes, you have a lot of sales in the area. You have a lot of flyers.
Excellent, thanks for noticing. And would you say you've noticed my name as much or more than other agents out there?
Quite a bit.
Okay, and that's why you called me, I hope.
Yes, we want to make sure we get somebody who knows the area.
Excellent, okay. And when are you hoping to move out of your home?
Well, we're still not sure, but we're thinking perhaps if we could move in before Christmas.
You have to get that phone?
Not mine.
So
Before December. Before the end of December.
Okay, why is that important?
I just want to start off the new year perhaps in a new house.
Okay, so you haven't bought yet?
No.
Okay, and are you planning on buying first or selling first?
Oh, that's a tough question. I guess we want to talk to you about that. We're not sure.
Okay, so you know what's going on in the market, I hope?
Yeah, it seems to be a tough market. People are complaining.
Okay. Do you want to take a chance and own 2 homes possibly?
Definitely not.
Okay, so do you think it would be in your best advantage to sell first and have the money in hand?
If I was sure that we could buy something, if we could find something at the right price.
Okay, so if you had a long closing date on your sale, would that help? Time to find something.
What happens if the house doesn't close?
Which house?
If I sell my house and then
Correct.
it doesn't close?
There's ways around that, for sure. We have to make sure we have a strong deposit, that we have a good buyer. The truth of the matter is that a lot of the properties that sold in the spring are having troubles now closing. But since prices have adjusted, I think the closings are less of an issue in the future. Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense, but I'm still nervous about it.
Okay, so are you telling me you want to sell, close, and have nowhere to go to and have your money to be safe? Or you want to buy something after you sell?
Repeat that again?
Okay, so do you want to sell your home and then close on your home, get your money in your hand, and then go out and buy something? Is that what you're telling me?
I guess something that we can do both simultaneously.
Okay.
As close as possible, so there's as little chance of things going wrong.
Okay, so you want the closing date of your purchase to be similar to the closing date of your sale?
Correct.
To be safe, okay.
Yes.
And again, you'd like to be out before December?
Yes.
You want to hopefully avoid winter?
No, just the holidays would be a good time to move in.
Okay. Okay, excellent. And so tell me a little bit about your house quickly before we get together. Oh.
4 bedrooms.
Is this a conference call?
4 bedrooms, 2-car garage.
What's the square footage?
2,800 square feet.
2,800. And how long have you lived there?
10 years.
10 years, okay. And do you want to stay in the same basic area?
Yes.
Are you buying bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
How much bigger?
We just would like a little bit more space. Don't know the exact square footage.
Okay.
Maybe something with a pool for the kids. The kids are getting older. I'd like them to have a pool and bigger backyard perhaps.
Okay. So the biggest reason for the move is just to get a bigger house, really?
Yeah, lifestyle.
Okay. And you have good equity in your home?
Yes.
You own, okay. Do you have a mortgage on the home still?
Very small.
Okay, good. Great. I hear laughing in the background, Alex. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, she can't believe that you're asking all these questions.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it's just the way I like to do things, so I understand where you're going, where you want to be, etc. Which I think any agent you choose should do that. Don't you agree?
It would make sense.
Okay. So the next question is: so when did you want to list your home? How soon?
We didn't set a time.
Okay.
We're starting our process. We got your flyer. It was an opportune time because we're thinking about it.
Okay.
So we figured we'd call you and see what we think our house is worth and what we can do.
Okay. So if we list it now, if it makes sense to list it now,
Well,
you will do so.
I'm not. Well, gosh, you're pushing me. I just want to sort of.
Well, I need to
figure
know.
out-
I need to know. I can't.
Don't touch me over
I
the
can't
phone.
touch you over the phone. That I can do in person.
Touch me.
So the reason I'm asking Alex is because I need to know what to bring with me if you're thinking about listing it. So if we get together soon, hopefully, if you're comfortable with me and comfortable with price and commission, are you ready to list your home with me today
Well,
we meet?
I have to tell you, all the stock of listing is making me nervous. It's going really fast.
Why are you nervous?
Well, we're just thinking about it, and you're already selling my house.
Okay, well, that's my job. That's why you called me, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm in the real estate business, by the way. I'm a realtor. You called me to sell your home, so thanks for calling. You know, no pressure. If you're not ready to list now, that's great. If you want to wait to list it, no problem. But do you want to get together and discuss it in the near future?
No, we have discussed it. We are calling you. I am calling you. We are curious to explore the
Okay.
opportunities.
But you did say you wanted to move out by December, right?
That would be ideal.
Okay, so we're middle of September. If you know the average closing when you sell,
No.
average is about 90 days.
Okay.
Okay, so if you sell tomorrow, you're looking at potentially November, etc. So does it make sense to list it now or maybe in a month from now?
I guess when you put it that way, I guess it's sooner than I anticipated.
Okay, good. When did you want to get together to discuss it?
What are you doing this weekend?
Are you going to be listing your home when we meet, you think, or do you think you want to think about it thereafter?
Well-
So the question is, if you're comfortable with me, you're comfortable with price, and you're comfortable with commission, are you ready to list your home when we meet, regardless of when that is?
Well, I guess if my wife and I feel comfortable,
Okay.
certainly we are interested. We know you're good in the area. We know you
I
sell a lot
appreciate
of
that.
houses in the area.
And are you obligated or committed to any other real estate agents whatsoever?
No.
Okay. And what was my other question? Okay, good. So let's do this. Are you available during the week, weekdays at all?
The kids go to bed around 9, so I guess after the kids go to bed, that would be okay.
Okay, good. So I know family time is probably important for you on the weekend, and I respect that. So why don't we get together tomorrow night at, say, 7:30, or is 8 better for you guys?
Well, with the kids, I would rather think that we don't want the kids running around.
Okay, so is 8 o'clock good?
Can we make it 9?
9 o'clock? Sure, no problem. So Alex, just so you know, I'm going to bring everything with me. I want to come prepared. I can bring everything with me that I need. So if you are 100% comfortable with me, and I'm comfortable with you guys, and you're comfortable with the price that we agree and the strategy and commission and everything, will I be able to list your home when I meet with you tomorrow night, if you're comfortable? Would you have any hesitation in doing so?
No, that'll be fine.
Great, okay. So I will see you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m.
No, we said 9.
We said 9?
We said 9.
Okay, I'm actually not available at 9. I had an appointment that I made 2 minutes. Oh, it was with you. I'm sorry, it's okay. Right up, so 9 o'clock's great. See you then.
All right. Now, before we get to the appointment, Wayne, do
Yeah.
you want to just comment as to why you go through this process over the phone. Like, I know a lot of you were thinking, and I was thinking, why doesn't he just go to the damn appointment, right? So
I don't do that.
why, and why don't you?
Because I live really far from Thornhill.
All right.
So it made it necessary for me to qualify people to know if I'm going there to list it or I'm going there just to see their home. So I want to get an understanding of the level of motivation. And don't forget too, in a big room, I probably, even in my head now, I'm thinking about questions that I usually would have asked that I missed, so bear with me a little bit.
So what were those questions that you would have asked?
So I would have talked a bit more about your commitment to me a little bit. I would talk about, so you notice my name is important to work with an area specialist, et cetera, et cetera. I talk a bit more about your motivation, where you're going, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. How serious are you to sell your home now? Different questions, just so I get a sense of your motivation and how much I want to get involved when I get there.
What if,
Oh, another thing I didn't ask is who you're selling the home with, right? And I would always say, oh, Alex, who's on title for the home? Who are you selling your home with? Is it your wife or another family member? And you would say, well, it's on my wife. Okay, great. Is anyone else on title? Because I don't want to meet with people unless everybody on title is there. I want every decision to maker to be there.
Wayne, what if the answer would have been, well, we're talking to a couple of agents in the area?
That's fantastic. Do you have appointments with them already?
With one, yes.
Okay. Were you hoping to see me first?
Well, we've seen one, and we have one. We have one, we've already seen one, and we're going to be seeing another one on the weekend.
Okay, and are you committed or obligated to any of the agents you're meeting by any way whatsoever? Friend, family, anything like that?
Not right at the moment.
How will that change in 5 moments?
Well, when we have to meet you.
Okay, so, but of the agents you're speaking to, you're not obligated or committed to any of them, correct?
So far, no.
So far, okay. So you'll get committed to them if you're comfortable with them.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I come and see you and you're ready to list with me, do you feel the need to meet with the other agent?
I don't know, I really have to discuss it with my husband.
Okay, but if you really felt there was no need for you to interview other agents and you felt I was the right person, and also, Barb, you potentially did want to upset agents that you're meeting, would you be ready to list with me when we meet? If you felt really good and very
If
comfortable.
my husband and I are together, no problem.
Okay, so you'd cancel the appointment for the next one? If you were comfortable with me and ready to go?
If we make that decision, sure.
Great, okay. So I would make an appointment. So now say no. So say now we're going to interview anyone regardless.
Well, Wayne, you know what? We picked your flyer, and we have a number of other flyers that come regularly, and we're going to be
Great.
speaking to all.
Okay. If you meet one that really, really impresses you and you're ready to list with them at that very moment in time, will you list with that person, or are you committed to seeing everybody?
I think we're committed to seeing everybody.
You think?
We're committed to seeing
Hold on, you
everybody.
think you're pregnant? Either you are or you aren't. I say this on the phone, by the way, just so you know.
We are going to speak to everyone.
Okay, you won't list with anybody until you've met with everybody.
I think that's our decision.
Okay. Well, I think, if I said to you,
I feel that is our decision.
you feel strongly about it now?
Yes.
Okay. So, Barb, what I'd like to do is I respect that. I don't want anyone to pressure you into making a bad decision. And I believe that I have my marketing, my results are quite different than everybody else. I want you to have a basis of comparison. So I'd like you to meet the other two agents first. When's your last appointment?
Saturday.
Saturday, okay. And are you going to let any agent pressure you into making a bad decision before we meet? Yes or no?
I'll discuss that with my husband.
So Barb, you just told me you're not going to sign with anybody until you meet with everybody.
No,
correct?
but you're asking me right now if I meet with you and I'm comfortable with you, am I going to sign with you? And I said, we still have to meet everybody.
Okay, so you still want, okay, so I want you to have a good basis of comparison, okay? So is it okay, your last appointment's at Saturday, correct?
Correct?
Okay, so are you...
No, we have an appointment Saturday.
Okay, that's your last appointment before you see me, correct? Are you
Yes.
seeing anyone after that appointment? Am I the last person?
Sure.
How many agents are you seeing, 8 or 20?
No, we're seeing 4.
Okay, you're seeing 4 agents. Am I the last one you're gonna see if I meet with you after Saturday?
Sure.
Okay, good. So are you available Monday during the day, or is the nights better for both of you to be together?
The evening
Is better. Okay, and you guys, you and your husband own the home together, nobody else is on title, no
Correct.
family member? Okay.
correct.
So why don't we get together Monday at 7:30, or is 8 better for you?
9.
9 o'clock, it's still 9 o'clock. You know, I'm talking to someone different, you could have a different time, I don't know.
No, 9 o'clock is when the kids go to bed.
Okay, excellent. So the only thing I ask you is, and it's in your best interest, Barb, that you don't allow anybody to pressure you into a bad decision before we have a chance to meet, because I believe that I have really valuable information that would make your decision on who you list with an easier one. Does that make sense to you?
Okay.
Okay, great. So I'll see you at 9 p.m. on Monday. I look forward to it.
Okay.
Okay, so everything that Wayne does is rehearsed. It's his script. And if you notice the wording, will you allow anybody to pressure you into making a bad decision? It's all scripted. And then the other thing, like he gave the sellers a reason why they want to see him. I have a lot of market information that you're going to be interested in. Was that your exact words?
Right, and I honestly believe that the one element that most agents don't have is that sense of control. And I believe the only way to maintain that sense of control is either you're asking the questions or you're making statements. So what I never ever like to do is tell people what they should be doing or what they should be thinking. I just ask them and let them tell me, and then they'll sort of help me make my, I don't want to say closing, but make it easier for me to get their business, because they know that I'm asking questions about them. I'm not talking about how great I am. I'm just saying, what do you guys want to do? And I really believe that the more questions you ask, the more in control of the situation. I think people want to hire people like that. It's like a doctor. You know, you go into a doctor and the doctor says, you know, okay, so tell me what's wrong with you. And then they say, they don't ask you questions. They can't figure out the symptoms. You know, the doctor has to ask questions, so it's sort of the same kind of thing. Do you remember Columbo from the 70s? I always talk about that. So that's what this Columbo, you guys remember Columbo from?
Yes.
So he would always like leave the room half left and then say, oh, by the way, I forgot one other question. If on the night of the murder, like he would always come back. And so I always kind of strive for absolute clarity. And by asking questions, I get it. So I'm in the house.
Okay, you're in the house. You want to make a comment why you want to be the last person?
So what I want to figure out is if they're comfortable with me, I don't care where I am, as long as they're willing to not fulfill their obligations to their appointments. If they're willing to list with me right then and there, regardless of who they've seen, I'll go first, I'll go second, I don't care. As long as I hear any kind of inflection in their voice that they will definitely go with me if they're overwhelmed and happy and they don't feel the need. I don't think people really want to meet 4 agents if they're really, really comfortable with somebody.
Wayne, in your conversation on the phone, do people ask you, what is your commission?
Yeah.
Okay,
For
what's
sure.
your commission?
Well, the commission is far too important to discuss over the phone for sure. But let me ask you a question, Barb. Are you more concerned with the commission or what you net in your pocket?
Well, it really...
They go hand in hand, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Okay. So if I brought you $3 million for your home, and I know you're on Miller Drive, I don't think a home has ever sold for $3 million on your street, correct?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
they did sell for a lot.
For
Wayne,
big
in
money.
March. Yes.
Yeah, for big money for sure. So you want to make sure that whatever the going rate on your street is, you want to do as good or better than that, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if I got you $500,000 more than the best sale on your street, would you pay me 8% commission?
I'd have to discuss that.
So let me just do the math with you very quickly. If you sell your house for, could I say $500,000 more? You have to think about it to charge me 8%. What would you be netting? A lot more, correct?
Oh, yes, but
Okay.
it's not my decision only.
Of course. Okay. So you asked the question, so I'm happy to answer it. If I
So what
brought,
commission do you charge?
so I always discuss it first, and I want to make sure you understand what you're getting for your money. Does that make sense? Is it okay to have the opportunity to show you why you're paying 1% or 10% or whatever I'm going to charge you, which by the way is the same for everybody? I don't really focus, Barb, on what I'm charging you. I want to focus on what I can net you. If I can't net you the most
So then
money...
you'll give me the money back?
No. What I'm saying to you is if I can't net you the most money possible and you don't feel that way, don't hire me. Does that sound fair? If you don't net what you want, don't pay me. Is that fair, yes or no?
Yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
Okay, great. So is it okay if we discuss the commission and if you're happy with it, we can agree to work together tonight? Or I mean Monday night at 9
Monday
p.m.?
night at 9.
Perfect, excellent, thank you.
One more question, Wayne.
Are we on the phone now?
We're still on the phone.
Excellent.
You guys find this beneficial?
Yes.
Okay. But by the way, again, I have to emphasize that this is all scripted, memorized. He does not make this up as he goes along.
Sometimes I do, actually.
I guess you didn't read the script, did you,
I
Wayne?
read the script.
But pretty much he's always the same. Do you ever ask if they're considering going private?
No, I did in the 90s. It's really not that relevant today, so I haven't asked it, but I used to ask it all the time. I'd ask if you're obligated or committed to anybody, do you have any relatives in the business, and that falls under obligation or commitment. And it's amazing how honest people are. There used to be a saying when I started in real estate that buyers are liars and vendors are worse. It's not true. You know what the truth is? Agents were asking terrible questions and they got really terrible answers. So, I mean, if you've ever been to my seminars, I always say to people the quality of your answers is determined by the quality of your questions. It's incredibly true in this scenario, obviously.
Wayne, you started to ask, will you be prepared to sign a listing if everything goes? How many years ago did you do that?
A long time ago. In fact, I was bugging my brother to do that a long time ago, and he just said he thought it was too invasive. But if you say anything with the right conviction and a bit of humor in your voice, it almost is fine, because you're comfortable asking it. You know, I want to know if I'm coming for a listing presentation or a pricing presentation. I have people say to me, yeah, Wayne, that's why we called you, we want to list with you. So I say to them, great, I look forward to listing your home this evening.
The first time you did it, you came down and you said, I've done it. And it was a very big step. So
Very
a
big.
lot of people don't ask, why am I coming?
Right.
Why am I going to be spending 2-3 hours with you, maybe?
Right. So that's why I ask a ton of questions, because I think it shows professionalism, it shows you're in control, and that's what you're being paid for. And it saves you a lot of time, and I live so far from it.
You know what, write down your questions. We're going to do the presentation, and then you'll have a chance to ask questions.
Of course, I mean, don't forget too, it's years of marketing, so we have name recognition, it helps a lot, but I didn't always have name recognition. People didn't always know who I was in the area, so I had to sort of figure it out on my own. And focus on, you know, when I started at REMAX, I was an okay agent, but I would really focus on him with REMAX as the best company, and we're selling all the homes. And I'm here now, so let's go. I'm with REMAX, I'm here now, so. I couldn't talk about my numbers. So are we in the house now?
Yes.
9 o'clock.
9
Okay,
o'clock.
it's 9 o'clock. So guys, great, I've had a really good opportunity to see your home. So what I'd like to do with you guys now, this is my business card that I'm going to leave with you, but it has all the information you'd ever need to know about me. But I want to show it to you. Oh, so this is my book.
And just out of, it's a beautiful book. It's not Mylar. It's not one of those $2 things that you get from Grand and Toy. You're going in to potentially make $15,000, $20,000, or $50,000 commission because there's a list and a sell. So you've got to invest in yourself, and this separates him right away from the competition. Do you drop that off before as a pre-listing, or you
No, I actually really should, but I don't.
because you're getting lazy as you're getting older?
Absolutely.
That?
All right, so the thing is, you have to invest in yourself.
You guys can
We're
check,
called
if you come into my office or after, if you want to see it, I'm happy to show it to you. Okay, so what we're going to do now,
Let me just ask you, I was being facetious, but you said you should drop this off before, but you don't.
correct.
Can you expand on that?
I do not do that.
Because?
That's my extended version. Because I'm making my appointments for the night of. You know, people call me, I want to see them that night if the opportunity is right and I'm available. So I usually don't. But I think I should. I think I would do a lot better. But I mean, this is really great, but I think if you're asking the right questions and you're there, you're present, you should get the listing as long as there's motivation.
Okay.
So guys, I've had a great chance to look through your home. I really appreciate all the great stuff you've done here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to talk a very little bit about me. We're going to talk about price and commission after we talk about me. I want you to feel comfortable with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I want you to see why hiring me will improve your chances. And does it make sense to you guys that no one agent is going to be a wizard or magical for you? Sorry to say against myself, even though I do the magic thing. No one's going to get you, 30% more than the market will bear. Does that make sense? My job in you guys hiring me and feeling comfortable is that you're improving your chances. Do either of you guys play golf?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, so do you guys know that in a golf game, the #1 golfer will win and make $1 million, but the #2 golfer may make $100,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what do you think the difference is in their scores?
Well, being a golfer, I know it's not much.
It's like 1 or 2 strokes,
one or two
correct?
strokes.
So do I have to be 10 strokes better than everybody, or like 1 or 2 strokes better than everybody?
There's really certain things that are important to us, like,
Okay.
that we've discussed.
And also, we have to feel comfortable with each other as well. You have to feel you can call me with any issues. You have to feel that that I have your best interests in heart. And my goal really is that you really feel that you are my only client, and that's a really great feeling. Would you agree?
Well, it's nice to be taken care of and not be a number.
For sure, absolutely. And that's why I just don't want your sale. I want your referrals down the road. I want you to feel comfortable telling the world about me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk a very little bit about me, talk about REMAX. You're going to be hiring an agent that's with the best company out there. You've heard of REMAX?
Yes.
Okay, have you seen the signs in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Did that have anything to do with you calling me?
No.
No? Okay. No. Barb, I'm flattered. That's great, because you're calling because of my name, not because of REMAX. I could have been with everybody, with anybody, correct?
Well, we want to know what you're going to do for us.
For sure. So the added benefit, for sure, is that you're going to see that not only you're getting me, but with the best company. So we'll talk about me, price, and commission. If you're 100% happy with all those things, do you have any hesitation in listing your home with me this evening? If you're 100% comfortable.
Well, we have a policy purposes. We do like to think things over.
Okay.
So
let me ask you a
everything
question.
sounds good.
Okay.
We want to think it over, and we'll get back to you.
Okay, I appreciate that. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but if I allow you, if you're really happy with me and you know in your hearts tonight I'm the right person to go with, if I allow you to cancel the listing at any time with a 30-day written notice, obviously we need time to get rid of any buyers we're working with, but you can cancel the listing ultimately with me and go with anybody. If I'll allow you to do that, may I have your business this evening?
Well, we've had some bad experiences.
Say yes.
No.
Okay.
We've had some bad experiences.
You're allowed to say no, that's okay.
We've had some bad experiences, and we've learned over the years that we just want to sleep on it.
With a real estate agent.
Just in general, that we want to sleep on it, and we'll decide tomorrow.
Okay, so what we can do is we can fill out all the forms, and if you call me in the morning and say go for it, we can go. If you say no, we'll rip it up. Does that sound fair? Only if you're happy with me. Otherwise, then...
Well, let's proceed, then we'll see how it goes.
Okay, fantastic. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is REMAX, just so you know. So I'm going to be leaving this with you as well, okay? By the way, if at any time you feel really, really comfortable and you want to go, just stop me and say, Wayne, you got the listing, okay? Feel comfortable. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Okay? Does that sound okay?
And you say that?
I do say that.
All right.
Because I love talking, but I'd rather you stop me and say I got the business as opposed to, talking forever. Which I won't do, by the way. I respect your time.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, good. So, 1 second ago, you said you had some concerns, Barb. Do you want to tell me them now before I go ahead? You mentioned you had some concerns.
Well, Wayne, do you have, are you going to be present at all the showings?
No, I'm not.
Well, that's a concern, because
Okay.
I really don't feel comfortable people going through my house that,
For sure. So I'll discuss showings with you. The most important thing is that there's going to be a licensed agent at your house all the time. Barb,
so there will be someone.
there will be an agent here.
Okay,
Good with
that's
that?
fine. Yeah.
What other objections do you have before I proceed, or any concerns?
We're not sure if the house needs painting, renovating, things like that.
For sure. So part of what I do is I'm working with a stager that will give you a free consultation that I pay for after we list it. And if you want to work with her on a package to improve your investment, she'll help you. But the consultation, I believe, will be enough to make sure your house is going to be perfect. She'll help you see your house as a saleable item as opposed to something you're emotional about. Does that make sense? Is that good? Is that the kind of thing you're looking for?
That makes sense.
Okay. Has anyone offered that to you before?
Not really. Not
No,
really. Sounds
not
like-
really?
Not really. They
Not-
talked about, some of the agents thought that they would.
Either they did or they didn't. Did they say they'll offer staging to help your house look perfect?
They said they would do it.
They said they would do the staging themselves.
Oh, they would do that, like them physically, personally? would
Yes.
stage? Are they in the real estate business or in the staging business?
Well, I guess this is part of their, one of the people we saw was a home decorator or graduated. She graduated from decorating school. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, staging. They got a staging.
not staging.
They probably got a staging certificate.
No, they're a decorator.
Okay. So do you want me to focus on doing what I do well, which is selling homes, or do you want me to start like staging your home and staging other people's homes as well to take time away from you guys? What do
No, you make sense.
You want me to focus on selling your
Sure,
home?
sure.
Okay. Any other concerns before I go forward?
Open houses. Are you going to be doing open houses?
If you want to have an open house every weekend, that's great. I personally don't believe in open houses. The secret, if you didn't know this, is that agents do open houses to meet clients. Did you know that?
Now we see a lot of people visiting open houses.
For sure.
I figure that's a great way
Right.
to get the house sold.
The National Association of Realtors said that less than 1% of homes sold at open houses. Having said that, I have agents that I work with that'll have your house open every weekend. Does that sound good?
So
If you want
open
them.
houses-
100%.
Okay.
Put it this way, I'm not telling you it's going to guarantee a sale, but absolutely it won't hurt the sale. And again, 1% is still a percent. You might get lucky. And I'm happy to have it exposed. We advertise it really well as well. Okay?
One of the other concerns is that you're all alone, and we've been speaking to one of the agents who has a team of 6 people.
Right.
So we feel that there's like more people trying to sell our house rather than you by yourself.
Right. Is that the reality or is that your perception?
Well, we don't know.
Okay. So when you call the agent that you hired, are you going to get them or somebody else?
Well,
Well, there's 6 people involved, correct? Are
they
you
have,
going to...
they have a whole team with them.
Correct.
So I guess the team members will be assisting in the sale,
Okay.
open houses.
But who are you hiring again?
Well, the team leader.
Okay, and they're not going to call you back most likely, correct? 6 other people might call you back?
I guess so.
Okay. Do you see it to your advantage to work with me and get me all the time? Was one of the agents you were looking at in that position? They had a team?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want someone who works with you directly, or do you want me to pass off your business to somebody else?
No, we want to list with you and deal with you.
Okay, why is that important to you?
Well, because we want to have one person responsible.
Okay.
So that way we're not broken telephone and we're not talking with other people who may not know our situation.
Okay, so are you still considering this other agent then, or no?
Well, based on how you're saying it, doesn't sound like a good idea.
Okay, so I'm doing okay so far, right?
So far,
So
so
I say good, okay. Any other concerns?
Yes, we talked about commission.
Correct. Okay.
You never told us what your
Okay.
commission was.
So before I discuss what I charge you, Barb, I want to give value to what I'm charging you for. So is it okay if I show you why I'm charging what I'm charging, and then
So
you...
what is it, what you're charging?
The commission is 5% if it's 2 agents, and 1 and 4% if it's my own buyer, not in competition. And I'll explain that to you. Yeah?
Others were saying they would charge 1%.
Which means you know that 2.5 goes to the cooperating broker, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3.5 total.
Right.
Okay. So the difference between me and another agent is 1.5%, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to hire a strong negotiator or a weak negotiator?
No, a strong negotiator.
So do you want someone who will charge you a fair commission or a cheap commission?
Well, cheap would be better, but fair.
So I have to net you 1.5% more in your pocket to be equal to this other agent, correct?
That would be fair.
What does 1.5% work out in the sort of the average price of your home, which we'll talk about in a second?
Well, the next door neighbor sold for $1.5 million in March.
So it's 15,000 is 1%, correct?
Right, so 22,000.
Okay, so how quickly do you think 22,000 is lost or gained with bad negotiations? How quickly?
I don't know, how quickly?
I think pretty quickly on a $1.5 million home, I think 22,000 goes pretty quickly, doesn't it? So let me make a suggestion to you guys. Barb, are you with me? Okay. Let me make a suggestion. You guys be in charge of what you want to net in your pocket, and I be in charge of what I charge you. Does that sound fair? I will never take away your feeling of control of what you want to net in your pocket. If I charge you 1% or 10%, if you don't net what you want, you don't accept the offer. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Do you have anything to lose under that suggestion?
No.
So you're not so concerned about the commission now, are you? You're concerned about what you net in your pocket, yes or no?
Correct.
Okay, good. So the commission actually is irrelevant, because when the offer comes, did you know that it's usually not commission that hurts the deal? Does that make sense? Why do you think that makes sense? That it's not commission that hurts the deal?
Why is that so?
Because if the offer is 100,000 less than what the fair price for your home is, will we have a commission discussion, yes or no?
No.
Of course not. If the price of your home is more than you expect, would you even think of discussing commission with me if you're very happy with the
No,
price?
if we're getting our price, I guess we don't care.
Great. So we're all comfortable with the commission now, aren't we? It's just a matter of when I get started, correct?
I guess so.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I feel like you're manipulating me.
Hold on, Alex. Don't forget, I just said to you that you're in control of netting whatever you want. I'm going to do everything in my power and spend all the money investing in your sale, and no guarantees that I'm going to sell your home. How much do I make if you don't accept an offer?
Well, I guess you still get your commission, right?
If you don't sell your house, I still get my commission? How much will I make if you don't sell your home?
Well, nothing.
Nothing, correct. So I have a vested interest in making you happy, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me before I get started with you guys and talk about price?
The market, though. We've discussed the market, and everybody's telling us how bad it is.
Well,
So should we wait? Should we wait for the summer, or should
Well,
we sell it now?
I'll tell you what the answer to that is. It may not be the right answer, but it's a logical answer. If you sell high, you buy high. If you sell low, you buy low. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying, Barb, is if you're moving up to a bigger home, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If that home went down by 200,000, sorry, let me rephrase that. If your home went down in price from 3-4 months ago, 200,000, which is probably true, correct?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we're hoping
Yes.
not.
Well, unfortunately, prices have gone down in your price range, probably about 200,000 for sure. The house that you're going to purchase has gone down about 200,000 as well, right? So, yes or no?
Kind of makes sense.
It makes sense, yeah, it's just logic. So what I'm saying is, the truth is it really doesn't matter when you move if you're upgrading to a bigger home or downgrading. The difference between your purchase and your sale is probably going to be more or less the same at any time in any decade, correct? If your house goes down by 50 Unless you move to Cheektowaga, won't the bigger house go down by 50 as well?
I guess if things go down, they go down.
Okay, is this a good time in your life to do this right now? Because that's, forget about money, is it a good time for you guys to do this?
Yeah, that's why
Because money isn't everything, is
Right,
it?
we're
I mean,
starting-
it helps to have money, but it's not everything, correct?
That's why we're thinking now.
Okay. How long have you been thinking about this?
Not that long. We saw the
Just woke up
flyers.
a week ago and said, hey, let's
We
sell our
just,
house.
yeah, you know, the summer's over.
You saw my flyer and you said, hey, look at this guy, let's sell our house?
No.
Flattered.
I feel like I'm a rat in a maze, and he's just making me go down these hallways. So no, we've been thinking about it. Summer is over, the kids are back to school. It'd be kind of neat to start the new year in the new house. We've got the holidays, so you move in over the holidays, you have time to
Right. And the truth is,
paint, decorate.
right, and the truth is, we're gonna do our best to get your home sold. If you're not comfortable with the offer or anything in the process, you're in control. You can say, no, I don't want to do this. My job is just to make sure that I bring you the best possible
Sure.
opportunity.
What does that say there?
So this talks all about me and REMAX and how I've done well over the years. But I think at this point we've covered everything, other than price. Do you have any hesitation in me working with you right away?
We gave him all the objections.
So now you just have to
you
say
know what?
yes.
Again, we still want to think about it. We still want to sleep on it.
Besides that,
understand.
Alex, besides that, do you have any hesitation in working with me, other than the fact that you just want to think about it overnight? Is there any reason why you would say no?
No, I think as long as we consider it, you seem very professional. We know you
Thank
do
you.
a lot of business in the area. We still want to think over it. We've seen a couple of agents, two for sure we didn't like. There's one other agent.
So if you were ready to list your home tonight, if you were like on a scale of 1 to 10 and serious to do this, and 10 would be that number, you would list with me tonight, no questions asked.
How do you feel?
I think so.
Great. Thank
All
you.
right.
So I
We
can.
can
All
talk
right.
about it.
So regardless if you list tonight or tomorrow, I want to say thank you very much for your business. And I want to know how you're comfortable going ahead with it, what you'd like to do. So here's my suggestion. Tell me if you're comfortable. We have to discuss a price and pick a price that you're comfortable with and I'm comfortable with to take it to market. We'll do all the paperwork. If you decide tomorrow morning you change your mind, I'll write void on the listing and email it to you. Does that sound fair?
Again, we don't want to sign anything till we sleep on it.
Okay. So let me ask you, I don't want to apologize for my persistence. I'll tell you why. Because if I had a buyer for your home who was sort of on the fence about putting an offer in, would you want the kind of agent that sort of like help let them decide on their own, or someone like me who helps them to make a decision?
Well, there's no question you are pushing.
Pushy. Well, pushy or persistent?
Well, both.
Really? Okay. Do you feel not in control of the situation? Do you feel like I'm telling you what you should be doing?
No, but it's you're giving me limited options.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the options are that you can say no tomorrow, and I'm allowing you to do that. All I'm doing is making sure, Alex, I'm just making sure that you have all the paperwork in front of you, that you have a concrete. I think it'll make your decision easier if you wake up and say, you know what, we signed the listing, we did everything that Wayne asked for.
We're going to talk all night about it.
Okay, that's fine. You can stay up all night if you want.
Wait, no sex tonight? Wait a minute, I want to sign now.
Hold on, Alex, if I can have a small conversation with Barb outside of our meeting, and she agrees to have sex with you tonight, will you sign the listing? Because I'm pretty good, like I can, talk about how good looking a guy you are, and you know what I mean?
All right, back to work.
By the way, I would do this in a regular meeting as well. So I say stupid things all the time. So having said that, you have all the paperwork in front of you. Why this is important, Alex, is because I want to get a concrete price down so you understand. It's not just about working with me, it's about we're on the same page about price, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay, so we're going to figure out the right price to ask next. Do the paperwork. You'll call me in the morning if it's a yes or it's a no, and I respect that you want the time to think about it. But now you'll have something concrete to think about. Does that make sense?
Sure, sounds good.
Great.
All right, let's...
So one sec. So Alex and Barb, I'd like to say thank you very much for your business. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Very persistent, very directed, did not go off of his path of what he wants to accomplish, didn't accept deviations, didn't accept deflections.
But one big thing, did we discuss price? No. Did I get their listing?
Yes, you got the list.
Yeah, he got the listing.
So do you guys remember Jerry Bresser?
Yes.
So Jerry Bresser was list first, price second, right? I don't discuss price unless I have the listing. I'm not in control of the market. I'm not in control of pricing. I'm only sort of in control of letting them know that I'll do my very best to try and get them what they want. If what they want is impossible, like I say to people, if you don't want to sell, I can't help you. And they go, well, we do want to sell. Actually, that's not true. You know, God forbid you needed brain surgery, you're not going to ask me for a Band-Aid, right? So either you want to sell or you don't. I usually go through the home on my own for a couple minutes, and I have a CMA ready with me, and I'm ready to price it and list it that night. I don't believe in a second visit. Yeah. I don't want to give them the impression that upgrades really make a big difference, right? So if you ask them, they'll say, oh, my house must be worth $100,000 more now because you're asking me the question. I don't even ask it. I just want to know the size, the address, boom, that's enough. I'll stop talking about price, take a step back and saying, okay, forget about the money. Why do you guys want to do this? Why do you want to sell? Your house is beautiful. Why do you want to move? And really focus on their motivation and let them talk about why it's important, that really at the end of the day, money is not as important as really what they want to do in their life. And then I can go back to price and say, well, you just told me this was a serious move and you want to do this. Do you want to work with reality as it is, or do you want to force your house not to sell by overpricing it?